Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be showing you how to get the marble effect with resin. I'm going to be using TEEXPERT today, so this is what it looks like. I will leave all the links down below if you want to try this resin out for yourself. I love this one because it's just crystal clear and I just really trust it. This is the kind of effect that we're going for. I love those defined lines. I just think they're really pretty. I'm actually going to be doing it on some coasters. So this is the coaster mold that I'm actually going to be using. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by lining it with some silver leaf. Now you can use any colours that you like, but I just really like how this one looks with the grey, because I'm going to do like a grey marble effect on this one. So silver leaf, or any, like you can get gold leaf or rose gold, many different colours. They tend to come in sheets like this, and what I do is I just tear a little bit off like so, and I just press it straight into the mould. Now if you've got an old mould, this won't work as well, but if you've got like new moulds or mould you've not used very much, this technique works really well. And what I'm doing is I'm just really pressing that into the mould, and what's going to happen is once I've poured my resin and it's set, when I flip it out, which I will show you at the end, you'll see how gorgeous that effect comes through, and it's really shiny and it just encases in the resin beautifully. I'm just going to pop that on there. So as you can see, there's a little bit of excess, and the way I get rid of that is simply turn the coaster around, give it a little tap, and then there we go. Just make sure it's all pressed down nicely like so. I have already mixed my resin because what I like to do is leave it aside for 5 minutes, and what this does is it just allows any micro bubbles to kind of heat up and go away, is the simple way of saying that. What I love about TEEXPERT as well is it's the same amount part A to the same amount part B, so nice and simple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some gloves. In case you're interested, I use nitrile gloves. I really recommend using powder-free gloves just because you don't want to get those particles in your resin. It will show up and it will ruin your pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decant a bit of resin into one of these paper cups. Now I love using paper cups for pouring because you can simply pinch the side like that and it just pours super easy, which is really handy. I'm going to pop some resin in here. Now this effect is really effective, and it's super simple as well. It looks complicated, but once you've got the technique down, it's really nice and easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some mica powder into the resin. Now with the marble effect, I would recommend using a little bit more mica powder than you usually would, just because you want those defined lines to come out nice and strong. So that's how much I'm using there. But remember, you can always add more mica powder, you can't take away. So if you're not sure, just add a little bit, and then you can always add more if you want a stronger colour. Do make sure when you're working with mica powders though that you are fully mixing before pouring, because what's going to happen if you don't do that and you're impatient like I was at the beginning is you're going to get lumps of powder in your resin and it will show up in the piece, especially like a coaster, because you'll get like lumpy bits just sink to the bottom of your piece, which you don't want. It's a very dark grey, but I am going to add a bit of white anyway to get that gorgeous marble effect, so it will lighten up a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some white alcohol ink. I would recommend using pinata or fluids, just because with cheap alcohol inks what can happen is they can fade over time and you really don't want that. Okay, so I'm just going to give a nice amount on top of there like that, and then this step is optional, but it really does help when working with doing the marble effect. This also works really well if you're trying to create those beautiful cells in resin as well, and that is adding a drop of silicone oil. You don't want to add too much because it's going to burn your resin if you do so. You just need 1 or 2 drops. Then you're going to mix it in just like so, only a little bit, don't over mix at all. And then we get to do the fun part of pouring it, just like so. And look at those defined lines, how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. It really is that simple. And then what you can do is spritz it with a little bit of alcohol spray. This is what I'm using. And that will really activate that silicone oil as well and bring out that gorgeous marble effect. So I do actually have one to show you. Here's one I made earlier. This is actually a much lighter grey though, this one that I've got here, and I'm just going to demold just to show you what it looks like. I just love it so much. And then you can finish it off with a nice silver pen if you want to, or any colour, and it just creates that gorgeous, gorgeous effect. I love it so much. And that is it. It really is that simple. So be sure to check out the links below. If you do want to try TEEXPERT for yourself, be sure to tag us on all social media so we can see your amazing creations. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.